Other markets, everything's up a little bit, everything's down a little bit, everything's sideways a little bit. I guess we're waiting for a lot to happen. So everything's, goes up a little, markets up a little. Depending on who oil you're looking at, it's up or down. So we're going to have to get some more direction before we really see some change you could believe in. And I believe, as we're going to send you out a list soon of our top trends for 2014, we're going to start seeing some action happen next year. On to the news. Obama panel said to urge NSA curbs. Finds vast call logging should continue. That's some nice propaganda, isn't it? Headlines saying they should have some curbs, but vast call logging should continue. My pal Anthony, he asked me, because all the NSA people listening in today, every day, somebody's watching, he wants to know, is your sister still putting out for all the guys on the high school football team? So my friend Anthony from the Bronx asked the NSA people listening in today that question. The Presidential Advisory Committee charged with examining the operations of the National Security Agency has concluded that a program to collect data on every phone call should be made in the United States should continue. Isn't this unbelievable? Who are these people that are listening to us? They work for Booz Hamilton. Yeah. Who are these? This is a disgrace. This is against everything this country was founded upon. But it is unclear how far the effort would go, and intelligence officials have argued strenuously that they should be under few restrictions when taping the communications of non-Americans abroad who do not have the constitutional protections under the Fourth Amendment. Now that's a made-up term. Intelligence officials. If we could save one life by finding a terrorist, it will have been worth it. That's the bullshit that they keep throwing out there. Tempers flare as new rules strain Senate. Sessions go all night. Democrats call for votes, and GOP bemoans filibuster change. Thursday night brought this week's second late session, called by Democrats as a way of retaliating for Republicans' delaying tactics on confirmations, and before the senators heading for the votes. Now this is one sentence being written by the morons in the New York Times. Votes. They were chugging Red Bull or sleeping in their offices and angrily assigning blame. Drinking Red Bull. Yeah. I guess that's why they're full of bullshit. These are adults. No, they're not. Listen to this moron. Listen to this imbecile that could only be made up for a comic show, but it's real, and the asshole that's asking you the question is as big an asshole as she is. Here, watch this.
So this morning you told your members, embrace the suck. That's a quote.
Yes.
That's a quote.
It's a quote, yes.
First of all, before I get to the substance of the bill, where did you get that from?
I think it really captured the moment, wouldn't you think?
Oh, I'm not criticizing it. It seems to sum up what you think of this legislation.
Well, it's not just the legislation, it's the whole process and the fact that we don't have unemployment insurance and those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, we need to have a budget. So what we decided was that our approach would be to...
You're not going to say it to me? Embrace the suck. Okay.
Yeah.
Embrace the suck. Embrace the suck. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, Nero fiddled while Rome burned? Look at this. How could people take these people seriously? It's all over the world. It's all over the world. Here, here's another shithead for you. Big news. Nicolas Sarkozy is back in a race. Quote, quote, the question is not to know if I want or don't want to return to the presidency. I cannot not return. I don't have a choice. It's destiny. Destiny. Destiny? You're a narcissistic sociopath, you piece of shit! Who could believe this crap? It's destiny, you son of a bitch that started the war in Libya! Destiny! And they write this, the prostitutes are as disgusting as son of a bitches like Pelosi and Sarkozy and Obama and all the rest. Why should I get upset? It's destiny. That's why. Here, more on this NSA thing. The quotes are too much. As a senator, Mr. Obama was critical of the Bush administration's effort to extend the NSA's surveillance powers, but as president, he embraced most of the programs begun during Bush's time. All right? You can't call him a lying son of a bitch. You can't call him a sociopath or a psychopath. What do you call this? He lies right in front of our faces. We have imbeciles like Pelosi. I wonder why the country's going downhill. I just don't understand it. Yep. In an interview last week on MSNBC, Mr. Obama, the liar-in-chief, said, quote, I'll be proposing some self-restraint on the NSA. And you know, to initiate some reforms that could give people more confidence. But he gave no details. Self-restraint on the NSA? Get it straight. They shouldn't be listening or watching us at all. What are you talking about, self-restraint? Who are these people? Who are these people? Self-restraint. I should have more self-restraint. What's coming back is a report that says we can't dismantle these programs, but we need to change the way almost all of them operate, said one official asshole familiar with the advisory group's instructions. We can't dismantle them. No, we can't dismantle them. And what else do we have here? More official assholes. Here they are, right here. U.S. agencies dance around cell phone use aloft. U.S. agencies dance around. Kitty shit! They talk to you like you're a stupid imbecile. And why shouldn't they? Look at the stupid imbeciles that they call your Congress people, your senators, your presidents, and your Sarkozy. Yeah, sit on that, Franz Nicholas. The son of a bitch started that war in Libya. My destiny calls me. Your sick mind calls you. The Transportation Department said on Thursday that it would consider banning the use of cell phones for voice calls aboard airplanes, a reaction to public outrage at the FCC's proposal to lift the rule that has long forbidden the use of mobile phones during flights. Quote, over the past few weeks, we have heard of concerns raised by airlines, travelers, flight attendants, members of Congress, and others who are all troubled over the idea of passengers talking on cell phones in flight. And I'm concerned about this possibility as well, the Transportation Secretary, Anthony Fox, said. Oh, you're concerned as well. Isn't that something? What imbeciles? What imbeciles would pass a law to allow... Flying sucks already. Now you gotta listen to some wanker yelling on the phone for the whole damn trip? How can they even come up with something stupid like this? I'll tell you how. They're the government. They come up with something stupid every day. Hey, how's Obamacare working? Well, we're getting some people to sign up. Take it easy. I'm talking about more stupidity. Tobacco industry tactics limit poorer nations' smoking laws. Tobacco companies are pushing back against a worldwide rise in anti-smoking laws using a legal strategy to delay or block regulation. The industry is warning countries that their tobacco laws violate an expanding web of trade and investment treaties, raising the prospects of costly, prolonged legal battles, health advocates and officials said. You got it? Trade and investment treaties. It's multinationalism. Period, paragraph. In this new Asian trade pact, it even gives the corporations a lot more power. They are the masters of the universe. We don't count. It's right here. But of course, they don't write it like that because it's the toilet paper. Now, this comes as a shocker. This is in today's Financial Times. Gold price probe widened to Deutsche Bank. Germany's financial regulators demanded documents from Deutsche Bank as part of an investigation into potential manipulation of gold and silver prices. Why, I'm shocked. I mean, they rigged the LIBOR, they rigged the markets, they rigged the Forex. No kidding. And this is what really gets you. The London gold fixing has been a benchmark for the market since the end of the First World War. Until 2004, the fixings were conducted in person at the London offices of Rothschild, and each trader had a Union flag on his desk, which he lowered to indicate that he had concluded his business. The other banks that take part in the gold fixing are Barclays, Bank of Nova Scotia, HSBC, and Societe Generale. Bank of Nova Scotia and HSBC are involved in the silver fixings as well. All right? The whole game is rigged. Small group of people rigging the markets right in front of our eyes. Yeah. It's disgusting what's going on. Catalan leaders set date to test appetite for independence. They want to break away, and they're trying to break away over there in Scotland. It is a trend. The clamor for an independent Scotland and Catalonia is echoed in EU member states such as Belgium and Italy, and also here in the United States. As a matter of fact, yesterday was the day that my good pal Thomas Naylor, may his soul rest in peace, passed away. Just a year ago, and he was the head of the Vermont secessionist movement. This is insanity that's going on. Pure insanity. But it really can change if the people can change. As I mentioned, you just saw what happened here with the FCC turning back their proposal for cell phone use because the people complained, the people stood up, the people protested. And there's another story in here too. Israel shelves plan to move Bedouins amid outcry. I've been covering this for the last few weeks. They want to move them off their ancestral homes. International outcry. Protests in the streets. We don't have to become slaves to other people's sicknesses. These are positive developments. It shows the power that the people could have. It's directed into a right cause. So as crazy as I go because of these insanities and watching these assholes destroy our lives, the other part is the positive elements. Here's something important. It comes from the Arab News. Grand Mufti calls suicide bombers criminals. Oh, hey, if the Grand Mufti says, hey. The Grand Mufti has condemned suicide bombing as grave crimes. Quote, killing oneself is a grave crime and a grave sin. Those who kill themselves with explosives are criminals who are hastening their way to hell. And the Grand Mufti knows this because he's grand. Their suicide bombers' hearts have veered away from the right path. Their minds have been invaded by evil. They have been exploited in order to cause destruction to themselves and society. Nearly 2 months ago, the Mufti urged Saudis not to travel to Syria to join rebels battling to unseat Bashar Assad. Good for him. But what the Mufti missed is U.S. drone strike kills at least 13 on a way to wedding in Yemen. Yeah, what a celebration it must have been. Blown up body parts everywhere. No suicide bombs. If you're going to do it with a drone or a B-52 or any other weapon. Hey, how about white phosphorus, Mufti? Is that okay? How about depleted uranium? Does that fit the bill? No blowing yourself up. You got to do it through another device. You don't kill yourself while you're killing other people, according to the Grand Mufti. You got to stay alive and then kill other people. It's okay. 13 people killed. Hey, Obama, huh? You got that Nobel medal around your neck. And more sickness? Hey, no money for the people here. Boy, could we use this dough here? How about, you know what $173 million would do for the colonial Kingston area or a city near you? That's only $173 million. Yep, the U.S. to boost Israel defense missile system. In that bill where they just cut out where people aren't going to get any, they cut off their extension for unemployment benefits, but you got $173 million more for Israel, plus $3.1 billion on top of that. Yep, in military aid that the United States provides annually. Isn't that wonderful? Military aid. And then on a high note, again, things have changed. They even talked about this on CNBC. Pope attacks mega salaries, big bonuses in peace message, and about the gap between the rich and the poor. This is a global event that's going on. So it's Friday night, boogie time, ready to go out. A lot of holiday parties this weekend. Looking forward to having a good time. And I'm really excited about the holidays coming because I can't wait to see what the prince and the princess and their baby prince over there to be king someday are going to be doing for Christmas. I wonder what toys they got him. I bet it will be big news next week. But hey, you tune into the trends in the news, you get history before it happens. Keep your eyes on Kate. It's going to be a big, big week over there at the Royal Palace.